That
The-
is what winds up everywhere. And
Okay.
it was not that's not by choice. That's just a nickname somebody gave me, and people started using it, and I went,
Yeah, it's
Okay.
stuck now. That's what we
yeah,
call
I
you.
can't. I've tried to get rid of it. People, that's all people call me is E-Train. I'm like,
But that's epic. Like, I want to be named after cool transportation.
Okay, K-Train.
Yeah, see,
That's
no.
exactly what the guy who does that. He takes your first initial, and then yeah.
Well, as you know, as you may have been warned, we just jump right into a song. So if you would like to grace us with a song to start off the show.
Sure. All right. So you were talking earlier about local. I'm originally from Greenville, and in between Greenville and Kinston on Highway 11, there's a little community called Grifton. And some friends of mine live out there, and they started a foundation for kids' education. And the mother, Nancy, she was everybody's science teacher in junior high when we were kids. So she started a foundation out there to teach kids science, and she posted on Facebook, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, just got home to Grifton, my phone died on the way. And I thought, that's a good opening line to a song.
That is a good line.
I wrote this. Well, I just got home to Grifton. My phone died on the way. I don't think I'll charge it up. Hell, there's no one I want to talk to anyway. I'd rather get lost in my own thoughts or take a stroll down by the woods. Break a little free from all this technology. It'll do you good. You know, maybe I'll do something useful, like learn to make a dovetail joint. Or maybe I'll just sit out on the porch, whittle a stick into a point. Or maybe I'll go down by the pond with a pole and bait a hook. Or just stretch out in a hammock and read a book. Or maybe I'll fix that faucet. It's been dripping for over a week. It's probably something simple like a gasket, you know, they dry out, crack and leak. Or maybe I'll organize my records in order from A to Z. ABBA to Zappa and everything in between. Or maybe I'll just plant a garden. Get my hands in the dirt. Do a little hoeing around. You know, an honest day's work. Or maybe I'll solve a mystery from many years gone by. What if old D.B. Cooper was really a girl dressed as a guy? Well, I just got home to Grifton. My phone died on the way. I don't think I'll charge it up. You know, there's no one I want to talk to anyway. I'd rather get lost in my own thoughts or take a stroll down by the woods. Break a little free from all this technology. It'll do you good. It'll do you good. It'll do you good.
Eric E-Train Manning,
Thank you.
live here in the studio. Kim Lane, this is going to be a good show. That
This
was
is-
some colorful picking,
Yes,
colorful
it
lyrics.
was. So what I want to know is the
Yes.
origin of all this. But I guess we need to start at the beginning, and that is,
Oh boy.
well, where did you pick up music? Like, when did music in general enter your life? Did you have a musical family?
My dad played a little guitar and had an old harmony.
How small was it?
It's about that big. It's like a classical, one of those old nylon strings.
Yeah, yeah.
And so he was the guy. He was the cool guy at the party back in the 50s and 60s who would have been strumming the guitar on the staircase before Bluto and Animal House came in and
smashed it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. And if you get that reference, you're old like me. So my dad played guitar, and then when I was very young, I would always bang around on it. So he showed me the, as he would call it, the cowboy chords, the open,
Yep.
the open chords. And very quickly, he realized I guess I had an aptitude for it. So he signed me up for some guitar lessons down at the Recreation and Parks Department.
All
Tell
right.
you
And
what.
it was me, 10 years old, in like a senior class with all these elderly people learning guitar. And the first song that the guy taught us was Crosby, Stills and Nash, "Teach Your Children." So.
Perfect.
Yeah, I was like,
Wow.
oh, man, that's only 3 chords. Cool. Yeah, so I mean, and in the day, obviously in the years before the internet, if you wanted to learn something, you had to just find somebody that knew how to play it and
Yeah.
sit down with them and go, okay, show me how you did that. So you spent a lot of time, I spent a lot of my misspent youth in guitar stores asking people, hey, can you show me how you do that?
Yep.
Get out of here, kid, if you're not going to buy anything, kind of thing. So. Yeah, and hee-haw. You watch a lot of hee-haw.
Yep.
You have to be tenacious like that, and I think that's what Kim was getting at is you had not just an aptitude but a desire, clearly from a very early age. This was something that you wanted to do and you wanted to be good at.
Yeah. Well, it's just like anything. You get out of it what you put into it.
Sure.
So, I was not particularly. I don't know. All my friends were out, playing football, and I was inside, practicing my guitar. And I mean, it paid off because I can punt this thing about 60 yards.
Right.
That's an old Jim Stafford joke. Sorry, I couldn't resist. So no, I was always holed up in my room with a guitar.
So you only get out of it what you put into it. What were you hoping to get out of it?
I mean, to be honestly, I would love to have do it for a living.
To be Jim Stafford.
I mean, yeah, and in a lot of ways. So I have 2 kind of categories of songs that I do. I've got humorous, kind of tongue in cheek, and I have a lot of very serious, digging deep down into your soul songs, but they don't tend to, in a live environment, that's when you look up and people are checking their phones or they get up, go to the bathroom, and like they're not really sticking around for those. But the funny stuff, I realized early on, okay, people will stop what they're doing if I'm being funny, and it's like, okay, so the humor part of it is what really resonates, I think, with
Helps people
so.
escape from whatever's going on in their
think
lives,
so.
I guess.
I think so.
Well, can you flip a coin and choose one of those types of songs and
Sure.
jump in?
So I was telling you earlier, so April 3rd of this past year, last month, 6 years sober.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. And I always tell people, nobody likes a quitter. But I needed to do it. Not to say that I don't miss it, because I certainly do. I very much do, as a matter of fact. So this is a song I wrote called "I Miss Drinking." I miss drinking, I miss knocking 'em back, I miss breaking that seal on a bottle of Jack. I miss that first drink to start my day, I miss filling the cubes in the ice tray. I miss drinking till the break of dawn, I miss passing out on my neighbor's lawn. I miss getting high, I miss getting loose, whether I'm sipping on wine or gin and juice. Life was more fun back when I drank old school chillin' like Dean and Frank. Sleep all day, then I'm out all night, and then I stumble home in the morning light. I miss drinking, I miss tying one on, I miss living my life like a Jimmy Buffett song. I miss hanging out after a show and then going home with someone I don't even know. I miss drinking all my worries away, but they always seem to come back the very next day. So line 'em up, let's knock 'em down. You know, I might even buy the next round. I think I had a problem, and that's why I quit. But it's been so long that I forget. I was never angry, I was never mean. Back when I used to party like Charlie Sheen. I miss drinking, I miss knocking 'em back. I miss breaking that seal on a bottle of Jack. I miss that last drink at the end of the day. I miss filling the cubes back in the tray. I miss drinking every single day.
Cheers.
Cheers. Don't you think Kirk Ridge is wishing he were here tonight? I
I
think
know
he would
he's
be
listening.
super enjoying this.
He would. Well, I'm enjoying all of it, like the whole package, the writing and the singing and the picking. And I have to say that the picking really does stand out.
Well, thank you.
And I have to know that, did you really learn that at Parks and Rec? Like, that seems extra.
Okay, so in the 90s, 90s,
That was last
30
century,
years
good
ago.
sir.
I know. I was thinking back. I was like, when was that band I was in? Oh, my God, that was 30 years ago. I was in a band, and we called it flamenco, but it had elements of flamenco. We played nylon string guitars, and we had elements of jazz and funk and Latin and all kind of rolled up into one.
That sounds fun.
And it was cool. It was called Fuego del Alma, and it from '94 to '98, and it was a fantastic band. It really was, and I'm still in contact with the guys.
Fuego de Llama?
Fuego, that's what people called it. People called us the Flaming Llamas.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, we got that joke a lot. But we finger picked, and so we learned from people. Again, this is early days, pre-internet. To wear the acrylic nails, because they just don't hold up to your natural nails. Don't hold up to
Sure.
the
No,
abuse.
they don't.
So yeah, for years I've been wearing the fake nail. Then Chet Atkins and Jerry Reed, James Taylor, all those
Yeah.
guys do the same thing. But we learned it from the Latin and the Spanish, the flamenco players. They reinforce their nails with all kinds of cool stuff.
So I'm going to ask, like I think I've asked this only of guests who are women on the show. I don't think I've ever asked a gentleman, except maybe Dean Driver, because I know he's done that.
Yep.
How do you do it? Do you do it yourself, or do you go to the shop?
I know I do it myself. We taught ourselves, well, back again, I didn't for many years.
Yeah.
Because for whatever reason, it's a lot of maintenance, a lot of work. You
is.
can't open soda cans with this hand. You got to be careful. And I'm always like, I don't want to break a nail. My wife's always like, when I'm talking to her on the phone, she can hear something. Are you filing your nails? Yeah.
Do you use gel and then use the lamp at home?
These are, so I just buy a big bin. I can't believe I'm talking about this.
No, we want to know.
I
Like,
buy
singer-songwriters listen
the
to
big
this.
bin of they're clear. They're fake nails. They look
Yeah.
like, and then I just get some super glue, Gorilla Glue, and glue it on. Try not to stick my finger to the nail while I'm holding it down, and then just shape it. And the super glue tends to work better than the gel stuff, and the acrylic stuff is great if you're in a well ventilated area, because
Strong.
it'll knock you out.
Well, I've
So-
heard of people even just using the super glue, brush on a few layers of super glue. To
You
strengthen
can do
the
that
nails.
too, and I mean, there's so many. I put them through a lot of abuse, so I change them. Again, I can't believe. Oh, I'm gonna get texts from.
You ever get
I'm
little
surprised my wife
flowers
hasn't texted me.
drawn
It's
on
like,
the
stop
ends?"
talking about your nails.
No, we genuinely want to know.
So yeah, I just glue them on, and then they last about, depending on how much I'm playing, about a week or two. So every weekend, it's change your nails.
How do you get them back off?
You get a little thing of acetone, and
So you dip your whole finger down
You
in
have to
it.
soak them and they fall off. Well, so
Yeah.
that doesn't explain the technique though. So let's really talk about the technique because I'm listening and I'm also watching. Your technique is precise.
Oh, well, that's very kind of
it's-
you. Thank you.
Well, I mean, I'm being truthful. There's nothing muddy about your guitar playing. Now, part of it is the instrument you've chosen. Tailors are very bright. They're great for this kind of playing.
Yeah.
And so, but tell me about this precision in technique, like you're doing it at every speed.
I guess it depends, but where I kind of learned is there's flirted with classical guitar, flirted with flamenco. Not really. I would never tell anybody that I play or studied flamenco because I really didn't.
Yeah.
I've messed around with some of the techniques.
Influenced by.
Yes, but really the bone, the meat and potatoes of it is Chet Atkins, Jerry Reed, Merle Travis, Tommy Emmanuel. Holy cow!
Very amazing. Tommy's playing in Durham this weekend.
Is he
I think.
really? Oh man!
Carolina Theater.
Very
And
cool.
Richard Smith, who's I think he's Australian, and I've seen him live. So it's this whole. There's a bunch of finger pickers out there that I binge on their videos on YouTube and watch. So, but growing up, listening to my dad's Chet Atkins records, I thought it was two guys
Right.
playing,
Yeah,
and
you
it's just
would.
it's one. If you can keep that going and then add your fingers into it, that's how I learned. Just sitting on the couch for hours, going, "Oh my God, can you play something else?" Yeah, sorry.
Well, can you play something else?
Sure.
All right.
So, my dad was born in 1928. So I was born in 1970.
Your
so
dad is 98 years old.
that's where I was going. He passed in 2020.
Still, what a life.
But
He had a good long run.
wow.
he was an amazing person. He was the coolest person I've ever known. And you don't often appreciate, what your parents teach you when you're young. So you got to get older to fully appreciate that. So I wrote a song. I wish he had heard this. I think this would have brought a smile to his face. This is called "Turns Out My Dad Was Right."
Yep.
Well, it turns out my dad was right. Or what I could have been if I had listened to him. Growing up, he didn't seem all that bright. But then I got a little older, he became a genius overnight. I sure could use some of his good advice. Turns out my dad was right. Always have a firm handshake and don't tell no lies. When you talk to someone's son, you better look 'em straight in the eyes. Take your elbows off the table now and take your hat off too. Do the very best you can in everything you do. A smile will get you farther than a frown will in life. It turns out my dad was right. Always trust your gut, it'll never steer you wrong. And eat all your vegetables so you can grow up strong. Don't take yourself too seriously and laugh every day. Try to keep your yard looking nice, 'cause you know what the neighbors will say. Try to keep your tool shed well organized. Turns out my dad was right. A cheater never wins, and a winner doesn't cheat. Say hi to everyone when you pass them on the street. Be proud of who you are. not too proud. Try to be soft-spoken, son, and not so loud. It's good to be thrifty, but not too tight. Turns out my dad was right. Well, it turns out my dad was right. But what I could have been if I had listened to him. Growing up, he didn't seem all that bright. But now that I'm much older, I think I see the light. I sure could use some of his good advice. Turns out my dad was right. Well, it turns out my dad was right. Well, it turns out my dad was right. That's for you, Dad.
So I have to ask, Bob Johnson, what is something that your dad was right about?
Pretty much everything.
But was there one thing? Is there one thing that lives in you every day? Because there was some very clear things that were like lessons that live in Eric.
Oh, well, generally, I grew up believing that my father was the smartest man in the world and the smartest person I knew, and he generally was. I do remember in my teen years thinking he was going deaf, but really he was just becoming more selective in what he would what stupid stuff I said he would respond to. But what I really appreciated, what surprised me about him is we own some land down in southern Orange County, and Mountains to Sea Trail was looking for a new path to get from Saxapahaw up to Hillsboro. And I looked at the map and said, that comes right across our land. We should raise our hands to host Mountains to Sea Trail. I went to my father, and I had put together this whole pitch of, look, they only need an easement 6 feet wide. It'll be over there on the corner of the property. You won't have to worry about it. Let's just get Mountains to Sea Trail coming through here. And he totally blew me away by looking me dead in the eye and saying, why don't we just give them an easement to the whole property and just have people come? And he wasn't being facetious. He was being serious.
Yeah.
And it awakened in me an understanding of my father's connection with the outside world that I didn't realize was there. He wanted people walking around. He wanted people coming up and asking him questions about the property, and he wanted to be that old professor again.
Yep. You know, it was interesting as I listened to your song. I will say I'm not. I would say I'm estranged, if you will, from Dad. However, there are a lot of gifts that my dad gave me that I am really grateful for. And one of the things that my dad modeled for me that that he may not be aware of is that I never saw him freak out about anything. It's kind of consistent with what you're saying, Bob, like smartest guy in the room. I will say that my dad has always been the calmest guy in the room.
My dad was exactly the same way. Everybody used to, this is back in the 80s, everybody would joke, hey, your dad sounds like Ronald Reagan. I was like, yeah, he was real kind of soft-spoken.
Yep.
And the house could be on fire, and he'd be like, well,
Yeah.
I think we ought to get up and leave.
And that was something that it lives in me, because whether it's genetics or whether it's the modeling, maybe it's why I can teach middle school for 26 years, right?
Well, there's a patience there that you also have.
Yeah,
too.
it's a patience, and it's like a non-reactivity. It's pretty hard to rile me up.
Well, you have to have that calmness because you have to be able to project that and get the room to accept it.
Yeah, so I'm really grateful you sang that song, because even if you are, say, estranged from parents or your parents are no longer with you, I think it's a really important thing to know that our parents, no matter who they are, gave us something. And that is a valuable thing to live with. What's that? My Gabrielle Lafoli, who's listening from overseas.
Oh, wow.
She's, yes. Hello, we love you, Gabby. Thank you for listening. My dad said, don't touch the thermostat. I never touch the thermostat these days.
Oh, yeah.
Same.
Which may explain
that
the
and,
hat collection.
Leaving the door open, and my dad would say, "Yeah, I'm not trying to heat and cool the entire neighborhood."
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't actually use the central AC and heat growing up for many years, because they bought a big house close to, so my mother could walk to work, which was at East Carolina University.
Yeah.
And I don't think he really ever fully bonded with that house, because it was enormous to heat and cool. So we just had window units, and upstairs in the summer it was always hot.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Until we bought the house in the country, we lived in the suburbs in Chapel Hill. The house didn't have air conditioning.
Yeah.
And we just opened windows, and there was a big, giant fan in the attic that you would turn on that would suck all the air out of the house. You'd open up
Yes.
the basement windows, close everything else up, turn that fan on, and boom, the house would drop 15 degrees.
Yeah.
But yeah, I sleep today still with my windows open just because that was ingrained in me. But
Yeah.
we've talked a little bit too much.
Well,
We've got
let's
some,
close out the hour with a song.
yeah, we've got some business to do at the top of the hour, but we've got time for a song.
We sure do.
This is a newer one. And I'm not quite a Luddite, but I might be well on my way to being one. I don't.
He's Luddite curious.
Yeah, I actually have a song called the Luddites Anthem.
I'm here for this.
But I'm wondering if I could clean it up for radio safety.
Oh, we didn't. We did, la 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 la. We didn't hear anything.
I didn't hear a thing.
We don't ask permission. We ask forgiveness.
This one is a newer one of mine, and this is a serious one, or it's not quite as tongue in cheek, but it's on Spotify. I guess is where I was going with it. I do have tunes on Spotify. If you look up Eric E. Train Manning and give me a stream, I'd appreciate it. So this is called The Road. My life is scattered along the highway. There ain't no map to where I've been. Every mile I'm gonna pay for someday. In the end, the road will always win. Got day old coffee sitting on the dashboard. Got 10 and 2 on the steering wheel. Gas up ahead, says the faded billboard. Is this a dream or is this real? The road won't promise mercy. It won't say it'll be okay. But it'll ask some honest questions. It won't let you look away. I'm not running from my failures. I just won't let them decide who I am every single minute, or how the rest of me survives. Headlights cutting through the darkness. Radio station barely hanging on. There's a turn ahead I hope I don't miss. Time is short and the road is long. Maybe freedom is just breathing when everyone tells you to hold your breath. Maybe hope is just a bad decision while you were waiting for something else. The road won't promise mercy. It won't say it'll be okay, but it'll ask some honest questions. It won't let you look away. I don't know where I'm going, but I know I ain't been there yet. There's truth on the open road and only lies on the internet. Breaking dawn and I'm still driving while the world is slowly waking up. I don't know when I'll be arriving. I never seem to go far enough. I don't need a special reason or permission from above. I just know that if I don't keep on driving, I'll forget what I was dreaming of. The road won't promise mercy, it won't say it'll be okay, but it'll ask some honest questions and won't let you look away. Memories are just shadows of places you never knew. The road can go either way, the direction is up to you. My life is scattered along the highway. There ain't no map to where I've been. Every mile you're gonna pay for someday. In the end, the road will always win. 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 In the end, the road will always win.
Eric E. Train Manning live here in the studio.
Which brings us to the top of the hour, and this reminder that you are listening to WHUP LP Hillsboro.
So are you.
Yeah, that was a hot song, but
All of
let's,
these have been great.
right. I want to talk about that, but we have business to do.
That's right. Have you ever been a spokesmodel before, Eric?
No, I've been a hand model though.
Okay, close
Close,
enough.
real
you see that
close.
cardboard box over to your
Oh,
right
yes.
there? Not that. Yeah, that one right there.
yeah.
If you could pick that up.
Yep.
Because support for this second hour of Pass the Hat is sweetly provided by Matthews Chocolates, 104 North Churton Street, Hillsboro, North Carolina, the finest in chocolate and chocolate accessories for all of your chocolate needs. And let's face it,
We all have chocolate needs.
Every guest on Pass the Hat gets a gift of chocolate from Matthew. We don't know what's in the box, but we know that it is delicious. Y'all, every holiday is a chocolate holiday. I don't know what. Oh, we got Memorial Day coming up. You know you need some Memorial Day chocolate. Matthew will hook you up.
Do you?
And I
Oh,
celebrate.
we do, yes.
I celebrate chocolate in every form it takes. So, no issue there.
And Matthew's is the best.
Now,
Okay.
speaking of the best,
Uh-huh.
I have so many lines I would like to steal from that song.
Right.
As a poet, I'm pretty upset I didn't come up with, but I'm really happy to have heard that song.
Well, thank you.
The road always wins, man. That has a very elegant Jack Kerouac feel,
Exactly.
doesn't it?
It's so funny you mentioned that. One of my cousin, who was a priest, he was the priest that married my wife and I. Growing up, he was kind of my older brother. I have a younger brother, but Rusty was my older brother.
Yeah.
And he introduced me to Jack Kerouac, and he was like, "No, don't read On the Road yet."
Dharma Bums.
Yes, that's
the one.
That's the one he gave me. He goes, "Read that first." I'm like, "Okay."
It's the
So
superior book. I'll
that
fight you.
and, Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. I
Also
read.
that.
So that, yes, there's a lot of that in that song, and of course the road being a metaphor for, life in general, kind of. So yeah, there's a lot of that.
So here's what I was thinking about that was such an elegant song.
Thank you. very
And you
much.
know what I would love to hear, and I know you could do it. I would love to hear the John Fonte version. He was the one who he was the guy who influenced Charles Bukowski.
Okay.
Yeah, and he wrote the gritty side. He
Sure.
wrote the gritty LA side of that. And as I was listening to that song, I was thinking to myself, how would John Fonte write this?
It
Like
might
the
be dark.
gritty, messy. How does the road eat you up and chew you out, right?
He would tell you all of the ways.
He would. But that
Yeah, and there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of that in there, and I do a lot of something like I was mentioning earlier before we got started. I finger pick mostly, but there's an energy to when you're strumming.
Yes.
That you can be a little bit grittier.
Yep.
It's hard to be like kind of when you're doing pretty finger picking. It's hard to be have a downer song
Yep.
to that. So, but I try to keep stuff humorous, upbeat, or when I do serious stuff, I don't want it to be too, I'm not introspective. That's not the right word. I don't want it to be too blue or.
But you know what you do that maybe it's been brought to your attention? It's actually what you do in the empty spaces that I think makes your songs powerful.
Oh, thank you.
It's the fact that when you pause, the pauses have meaning. You've said something really profound, really thought-provoking, and you take these real momentary pauses, but your picking follows. Your picking also takes a pause, and it causes us to take a breath and lean into the next thing you're singing. A lot of people will come to perform either here or somewhere else, and they go fast. I certainly do that, and I don't give the attention to my pauses that I should. And I could take a lesson from you in how you slow it down and you make us lean into what you're going to say next. That's
Well, thank
really
you. It
really is effective.
Well,
talented.
And in my head, you know what's going on? Don't rush, don't rush, don't rush, don't rush.
Well, of course.
You're
I have a
winning.
tendency to, like last night, I played with some friends, and we didn't intend for it to turn into a bluegrass thing, but
But it
Bluegrass
did.
just
but
happens.
somebody wound up. I had an acoustic. Somebody showed up with a mandolin. We're like, "Bah, I guess we're doing this. And it was a lot of fun, and I did one of my songs. As a matter of fact, I can do that song.
Oh,
and
please do.
Yes, please.
This one, the opening line to it, I don't know if I've ever told my cousin this. I have another cousin, second cousin, whose name is Edwin Maudlin. He's an actor out in Hollywood, and he wrote a book, and it was a novel, as a matter of fact, I don't know, 10 or 15 years ago. So I mentioned the opening line as Billy left town one day, never looking back, had to find his own way. Now he's living on the West Coast. Novel just came out in paperback. So, and that was inspired by my cousin. And then it just kind of goes off into a different vignettes. There's a word that I don't use. It doesn't get used that often. James Taylor is great for kind of giving you little picture, not the full picture, just little snippets of an idea, and then your brain fills in the rest. And
Exactly.
I think that's very powerful to do instead of just being very literal all the time. Well, it's close enough. It's close enough. Billy left town one day, never looking back. Had to find his own way, had to make his path. Now he's living on the West Coast. His novel's coming out in paperback. A New York Times bestseller, driving a Cadillac. Sally works at the Walgreens. She never finished school. Got knocked up in her teens. Married some poor fool who's out of work and drinks too much. Abusive and he's cruel. If she could only go back and make it all brand new. 'Cause the choices that we make us who we are. There ain't that much daylight between a failure and a star. So making good decisions will take you pretty far. Johnny's a working musician, making his fan base grow. Always out there hustling, booking that next show. One day he'll write that big hit and start raking in the dough. But for now he's waiting tables, not letting the dream go. Choices that we make us who we are. It ain't fate, it ain't luck that makes a superstar. It's making good decisions will take you pretty far. never looking back. Had to find his own way, had to make his path. Now he's living on the West Coast. His novel's coming out in paperback. A New York Times bestseller. He's driving a Cadillac. A New York Times bestseller. Driving a Cadillac.
Eric, you said before the break, you mentioned your music is on Spotify, and there's well, a lot of political reasons people may not like Spotify, and those are all
I'm one of them.
Those are all 100% valid. Me, I share all those opinions, but I still have a Spotify account because it is an amazing source for finding new music.
Yeah.
If you train the algorithm properly, which we have for Past the Hat. I think we get nothing but live local music fed to us. But what I'm trying to get at is, yes, everyone should go out to Spotify or wherever and listen to Eric E. Train Manning's music. But as soon as they do that, they're going to want to find a way that they can buy music from you. Eric, is there a way that they can do that?
Before there was Spotify, and it used to be a Durham company called Reverb Nation.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So I've been on Reverb Nation, I think as long as it's been
It's been around a while.
Yeah, it's at least over 15 years that I've been on. So there is an option to where I can make stuff available to sell on there. I've never done it. I know it's a feature. So if you go on Reverb Nation, you look up Eric E. Train Manning. That's also another platform where you can listen. And if you shoot me a message, and I've got a friend that lives in Asheville, and I'm supposed to send him 2 CDs, and I'm sorry, Ken, I have to make them myself now. So
You're burning them on your computer.
Essentially, yeah. Because I have a disc maker's account still, but I haven't used it in 20 years. So, but there is a place in Raleigh that'll make vinyl now.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, ooh, maybe I should do that because I'm all into. I listen to vinyl and I still listen to CDs. So, but if you drop me a line, I will. I mean, if you have a way to play CDs, I can send you a CD.
How about live performances? Is there a way people can know where you're playing live upcoming and come and see you?
If you look me up on Facebook.
Eric E. Train Manning on
Train
Facebook.
Manning on Facebook. As a matter of fact, Nash Street Tavern. I
Lovely
play
place.
there. I'm playing there on the 23rd,
Oh,
which
cool.
is a Tuesday. But Taz is very nice and has me out there every, I don't know, a couple of months. And it's one of those places where they encourage originals.
Yes.
Which a lot of places they want to hear whatever's popular on the radio. I couldn't even tell you what that is, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, we love the folks down at Nash Street Tavern. They've got the Rattle Traps tonight. If you're into
cool.
rowdy, raucous music, Rattle Traps, of course, also just had their Shikori Hills debut last week, and they broke the stage.
As one does, yeah.
But yeah, and catch Eric there Tuesday after
June 23rd.
That's
So
the day after Memorial Day, right?
Is it
June 23rd.
June 23rd?
Oh, June 23rd,
Yep.
a month and a day after Memorial Day.
Yeah. Now I have a little 3-piece called Those Guys, and we like to take 80s songs and do them in like swing,
Oh, I bet
big
that's
band
fun.
swing kind of. It's fun. Like we did a Twisted Sister song, but we did it like a 1940s swing.
I want to hear that.
And I do
We're
a
not
Judas
gonna
Priest.
take it, hey.
Essentially, yeah, I do a Judas Priest song, but I kind of do it like a 1920s jazz. I know it does.
Can we find
shouldn't
any of
make
this
any
music
sense.
online?
Well, I mean, to do a cover like that and to record it, I mean, I'm sure there's.
People might,
I mean,
be upset
again,
about
I never. Well, you don't go into music because you're going to be rich. You know how you make $1 million in the music business?
You start with
You start with
$1
$2 million.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of where I am at this point. I'm not really thinking I'm going to make any money, but I would love to, play. I would love to play out more. Let's put it that way. That would be a lot of fun.
All right, well, y'all get out to Nash Street Tavern, June 22nd.
And in
Or
the
say-
meantime, keep listening because Eric's going to play us another song.
And I mean, and I can show you what Judas Priest would sound like. As
I will. I'm here for
Okay.
it. Hand up.
I forgot my lighter.
Breaking the law. Breaking the law.
That's the
Da-da-da.
one. That's the one right there.
Perfect.
Okay, I'm gonna run this
So
video in my head because I've got this video ingrained.
So yeah, we like to tell people, it's like, if this is your favorite song, get
Yes.
ready, because we're gonna ruin. We're either gonna ruin it or make it better for you. But this is I like taking songs. Like I do a country version of Van Halen's "Jump," and I know none of this should work,
know,
but
it
it does.
does.
I don't know why. There I was, alone and wasted, out of work and down. All inside, so frustrated, I roam from town to town. I feel like no one cares if I live or die. So I thought I might as well put some action in my life. Breaking the law, breaking the law. Breaking the law, 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 breaking the law. So much for my golden future, I can't even start. I've had every promise broken, there's anger in my heart. Feel like no one cares if I live or die. So I thought I might as well put some action in my life. Breaking the law, 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 breaking the law. So much for my golden future, I can't even start. I've had every promise broken, there's anger in my heart. You don't know what it's like, you ain't got a clue. 'Cause if you did, you'd find yourself doing the same thing too. Breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law. Breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law.
Kim Lane was leading the mosh pit for that one.
Oh man, I can't believe I did that.
That was excellent.
That was excellent. I want to have that full band here in the studio sometime soon.
We could probably do that. It's just
That would
three of
be
us.
amazing.
It's just three of us, and it's not terribly loud. That's another thing. I learned years ago, if you want to win over a club owner, or don't be loud. Be as quiet as you possibly can be. So I'm used to playing at a room volume, and it just
Yeah, you want to be heard, but
Yeah.
you don't want to blow out any people's chances of having
if
a
the
conversation.
sound man tells you you're too loud, turn down.
Well, you know what I want to talk about is want to seek into Matty Sheets' Gear Time.
Yes, I've been
Because-
watching this guitar myself.
Yeah, this is an interesting Taylor that you're playing in that it appears to have a matte finish, which we don't often see those.
They're usually fairly sparkly.
Yeah, and it really is lovely to look at. It has a very bright and clean sound. Tell us about the guitar. Like, what's the story on it?
I traded in an LR Baggs guitar that I got. It's one of their new ones, solid body. it just didn't work for me. So I went to Guitar Center in Cary and was like, "What can I get for this?" And he was like, "Well, this is what we can give you." So I walked out with this, and it was
Sweet.
this is like the entry level.
That's a good trade.
It is a
But
good
this is like
trade.
the entry level Taylor. Now, I mean, it sounds great, like acoustically. This is a nice. It's boomy, or
Yeah.
at least from my perspective, it's boomy and it projects really well.
Yeah.
But plugged in, yeah, I can't get anything out of whatever this system is that they have on here. So.
Yeah, they probably don't put the best electronics in their lower end models. But
Well,
I don't know if anyone else here in the room, I don't know if Kim heard it, but 2 songs ago when you were tuning up with the harmonics in my headphones, it was just ringing.
Oh,
It
Lord,
was
I'm
nice.
sorry.
No, it sounded really good. And that's what made me look over at the guitar and say, what's making this wonderful ringing sound?
Well, and it's a very clean sounding guitar.
Yes.
I have I wrote a song many years ago, and I'd have to go back and dig it up and see if I could remember the lyrics. It's sort of my mantra: cheap guitars and expensive women. So that's
A good mantra.
I have
I'm not mad about it.
I have a lot of guitars. So it is a problem. To be honest, it's a problem. I tend to buy stuff broken and fix it up myself. Like I brought my spare is a little Martin that I got for next to nothing because they had a crack in the back, and I just super glued it back together.
Wow.
So you're like a guitar flipper, only you just don't flip them.
Very rarely will I get rid of them. I mean, again, that's you're supposed to, in and out is how it works.
That's how flipping works.
They come in and they don't ever leave. It's like a Roach Motel for guitars.
Well, we're nearing the part of the show where we just want you to just play music for the rest of the show. Can you
Okay.
take us away?
Sure.
I'd say we probably have time for 2 more songs.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is my. I was telling you, like, a lot of what I do is finger picky. But I was watching. It comes up in my feed every now and again on the YouTube, and Richie Havens' opening set at Woodstock.
Just one of my favorite moments in music.
I mean, you can see splinters coming off of that guitar because
Yeah.
he's just strumming the
Wailing
crap
on
out
it.
of it.
Yep.
And so I'm just like, why don't I do stuff like that? So this is the 3rd time I've done this song. It's a newer one of mine that I'm going to get around to recording here very shortly, along with. But I finally have 10 new songs. So I have one CD that I released. Listen to me. A collection of MP3s.
Yeah, what do we call them these days? I don't know.
Albums. I guess you can still refer to
Yeah.
it as an album. That's last year called Volume 1. So that's on Spotify. So I'm working on Volume 2, and I made the mistake of playing all the instruments and going as elaborate as I could on the first one, and I'm like, I'm not doing that again. I'm just going to keep it acoustic and maybe a couple other things on the side. But this is a newer one, and I'm still working on the ending. So when we get there, we'll roll the dice and see what happens. This is called Even the Best Plans Sometimes Fall Apart. Days will come and go, nights will fade away on a dead-end road. It's hard to find your way. Seasons always turn, colors always fade. It's easy to get burned when you think you've got it made. But tomorrow's a brand new start, 'cause even the best plans sometimes fall apart. Every bad decision shows you what is right. Every doubt you're feeling shows you're still alive. Many miles behind you, many miles ahead. Your dreams are just an echo of what you thought you said. But tomorrow's a brand new start. 'Cause even the best plans sometimes fall apart. Tomorrow's a brand new start. 'Cause even the best plans sometimes fall apart. So hold on tight and don't let go when the tears won't let you see. Every high and every low is shaping who you'll be. When you're standing on the edge and think that you might fall, take a step back from the ledge, 'cause you're not done at all. No, 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 you're not done at all. Days will come and go, nights will fade away on a dead-end road. It's hard to find your way. Seasons always turn, colors always fade. It's easy to get burned when you think you got it made. But tomorrow's a brand new start. 'Cause even the best plans sometimes fall apart. Yes, tomorrow's a brand new start. 'Cause even the best plans sometimes fall apart. Yes, even the best plans sometimes fall apart. Yes, even the best plans sometimes fall apart. That's the first time I've ended it that way.
I was waiting for that guitar to ring out. It's a great song.
Thank you.
We've got time for one more if you want to jump right into one more.
Sure.
Because I am really enjoying
I
this
am
music.
too. Yeah.
I spent many years in different bands, and you know, you miss a lot of birthdays, anniversaries, holidays, weddings, funerals, bar mitzvahs. You miss a lot of time with a significant other. So I wrote this as an apology of sorts to my wife. And James Taylor has a song called A Junkie's Lament.
I love that
And I
song.
thought, well, that's a cool title. So this is called A Picker's Lament. So. Well, I remember being told, don't grow up and don't grow old, even though my hair is turning gray. Of the things I'm guilty of, I never had much time for love. I was far too busy going out to play. Rambling from town to town, who knows when I'm homeward bound. My whole life fits in my guitar case, but when the stage lights fade to black, I only got what's on my back, never staying long in the same place. But it's a life I came to choose. I was born to sing the blues, even though I knew I'd lose the one that I held dear. And though at times I did amuse, I know I've been a poor excuse. I should have made much better use of every single year. Well, damn the fortune, damn the fame, I just tried to make a name. I couldn't think of any other way. But when it all gets said and done, I know you were the only one who tried to make a home for me to stay. But now I've come to realize, when the music finally dies, there's no fortune, there's no prize, just an old cliche. And though I know I should have tried, being there more by your side, when it came time to decide, I looked the other way. I remember being told, don't grow up and don't grow old, even though my hair is turning gray. Of the things I'm guilty of, I never had much time for love. I was far too busy going out to play. Far too busy going out to play. But you're probably better off this way.
Eric.
Well, we need to thank Eric's wife for loaning him to us for a couple of hours.
Amen.
Mary
So-
Cruz. Mary Cruz is her name.
All right. Thank you very much.
And dear, sweet live stream viewers, we're at an inflection point, and you have a decision to make.
No, they don't. This is not hard.
There is no decision.
There's no decision. Here's what's going to happen. Eric is going to wave goodbye. And then when we shut off the live stream, you're going to go to WHUPFM.org. You're going to hit that listen live button, and then you're going to do that. Or you're going to go to Radio Garden. You're going to spin the globe, land on Hillsboro, hit WHUP-FM, and you're going to keep on listening. Or you can go to your TuneIn app, again, WHUP-FM, and there we are, listening to Eric.
But for now, the live stream ends, y'all. Bye, and we will see you